Good morning, everybody. I'm not sure how to start this, so I guess I will just start with why I'm making a video. Excuse me. I feel like God's been putting it on my heart to share my story. I know there's a lot of people in my life and just out there that struggle with faith and religion and God and letting Him in and giving up control of their lives. We all feel like we can do it better, so I get that, but I do want to just share my story with where I'm at in my journey and why I think I'm where I am. So I'll start in the beginning. Anyone that knows me personally knows that I've definitely been through some things the last couple of months with different health issues. Started last October when I married my beautiful wife, my best friend. The day was perfect. It's beautiful weather, family, friends, loved ones, everything a wedding should be. Ours was. It was awesome. During the day, throughout the day, I had tux on, and the collar kept pressing on a spot behind my jaw, and it hurt. Every time I turned my head, it would hit it and it would hurt. So I went ahead and went on with the day, obviously, and then when we went on our honeymoon, I told my wife about it and told her that when we got back, I was going to have it checked. I had that same spot come up about 9 years before, and I had it biopsied at the time, and everything was fine. So I figured, it's just the same thing again. Not sure what it was, but I wanted to go ahead and get it checked just because you never know. So when we got back, I went to the doctor. I was referred to an ears, nose, and throat specialist. She checked it out. She didn't really think it was much to worry about. There was a couple different things that she thought was causing it. So she went ahead and treated those. She wasn't concerned really with cancer because I didn't have anything that would be a telltale sign of someone having cancer. I didn't have weight loss. I was eating fine. I healed fine. I wasn't overly tired. I didn't have any of the red flags, so to say, when it comes to cancer. So she didn't think it was that, but she went ahead, after me going back and forth a couple of times, because the pain wouldn't go away. I know my body. I knew something wasn't right, so I continued to go back. She went ahead and did a biopsy. And then about a week and a half later, my wife and I went to her office, and she told us that it was in fact cancer, that it was a actinic cell carcinoma. It's a very rare cancer of the parotid gland, that she didn't really want to wait. So the next Thursday, we checked in to Carl Hospital here in Champaign, and they removed my parotid gland, which runs right in this area. So as you can see, I'm still healing. I still have a pretty fresh scar there. But the surgery was successful. They left me open on the table because the cancer was so tiny that she couldn't see it or feel it. So she sent the gland to the lab so they could find it before she closed me up. She just wanted to make 100% sure she got it out. So it was a success. She closed me. I went on healing. Life was life. I just kept living. I was healing. It was fine. About a month and a half to 2 months after my surgery, I got a really bad head cold, and my face swelled. It was just giant, swelled up. So I freaked out and went back to the doctor, and I went to my primary physician, and she decided that, it's a little weird, so go ahead and do a CT scan of it. The CT scan showed that my lymph node was indeed swollen, about twice the size of a normal one. So they wanted to go ahead and refer me back to the specialist. And then, as a side note, she told me that they also found that I had a small brain aneurysm in my head, right about here. So that would be something that we would deal with as well. I went to the specialist for the lymph node. They think it might be lymphedema, which, when you have lymph nodes removed during a surgery, which I had because they wanted to test the lymph node to make sure that they were clean, then sometimes the lymph node left over doesn't work as well, so it swells, and it's just part of the healing process. So we're praying that's all this is. Today I have a biopsy of this actually just to double check it, make sure there's no cancer. So our prayer is that there's nothing to find, but if there is something to find, that they find it so we can treat it. And then I was referred to Barnes in St. Louis for the brain aneurysm. I went last week. They did an angiogram to get a better look at it, and they found it. It's in a little different location than they originally thought. It's got anomalies to it, so it's not one that they want to just let go. They think I should fix it, which will require brain surgery probably by the end of the year. So that's kind of what we're preparing ourselves for. I'm not telling you all of this for sympathy or for any reason other than that I believe God has led me to this place. I don't. I think people probably think I'm crazy because I say that I feel like I got cancer in order for them to find this brain aneurysm, because the cancer was so tiny they couldn't even find it. It's a miracle they found it in the biopsy to get it out of me. But had I not had cancer, I wouldn't have had surgery. I wouldn't have swelled up during a head cold. I wouldn't have had the CT. They wouldn't have found that brain aneurysm. Brain aneurysms, as everybody knows, they're unpredictable. They can just burst. So had I let this go, they wouldn't have found it. I could have just fell over dead one day in the yard, or I could have been driving, or I could have had it burst and I could have been had a stroke and been had a disability, or paralysis, or who knows what. Who knows? My point is, God has a plan, and his plan is to have this aneurysm found, which it was. I'm grateful for that. I have full faith in this. I'm going to Barnes, which is a great hospital. That was set up as well. There's no one here locally that can do it, so I was forced to go to one of the best hospitals in the world. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I just believe he wants this aneurysm found and taken care of. I believe he has plans for me. I believe that I'm supposed to be a mouthpiece for what he's helped me with. I know it sounds backwards because I've been through a lot, but I do honestly, with everything I have, feel that all of this went in a way that he wanted it to go for this to be found. I believe that he wants me to work with the LGBTQ community, especially the youth that thinks there's no place for them in religion, that they can't have God's grace or love because of who they are. Because I felt that way for a long time. I had family, I had friends, I had strangers tell me, sorry, you're you, so this isn't going to work out in church. That, you know, but I never kept pursuing it because I felt like there was something missing in my life until I found him. I let him in and he filled me with the Holy Spirit. I feel that I have confidence that my life's in a better spot because of him. It's amazing what happens when you let control over to him, because he's the only one ultimately that can do anything. We are really arrogant and think that we know best for our lives, and it's just not true. So I go into whatever the doctor tells us at this next appointment for a timeline. I go in confident that I'm in front of some of the best surgeons in the world. They're going to go ahead and clamp this aneurysm, and then I'll be off to the road of healing. I'll heal, and hopefully I'll be healthy for a long time after that, and I'll have a testimony like no other to what God did for me and how he helped save me through this. People are telling me that I'm being so strong through it. It's not me. I know God's got it. I just know that. He's given me a peace that this is something that needs to happen right now, and thank God it's right now, because my life, just like anybody else, I've been through a lot, and any other part of my life, if this would have happened, I would have folded. I guarantee it. But since I have God as my foundation now, that's not the case. And I pray that other LGBTQ, especially teens that are lost, that feel like they can't have God in their life, I pray they see this and they understand that that's not true. Don't listen. Seek out what's in your heart, what's in everybody's heart. Anybody that's struggling with faith, the best thing I ever did was hand the reins back over, because I can't control my life. I tried for years and years and years, and my life was not good. It wasn't good. And since I've given those reins back, and I was saved, and then I was baptized, and I just have this belief and this faith, and this, my whole core has changed. I'm just a different person, and I feel like I'm a better person. It's a lot easier this way, for sure. So that's my message. I hope if someone needs to hear that, they do. I feel like I'm putting it out there. I feel like that's what he wanted me to do, so he will make sure this gets in front of the right person. So with that said, the story is to be continued, obviously. I will do another update after the biopsy, maybe after the surgery, and keep everybody up on what's going on. To have people take this journey with me is something that I would like and appreciate, because of course all prayers are accepted at this point. And just know that with God things are good, and life is it's a journey. It can be rough, but it also can be beautiful. So I hope everybody has a good day, and much love. I will talk to you soon. Thanks.